the first time we've seen Rallier on a tank.
True. He has played a lot of tank Gragas.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like a true tank, you'd
No.
have to say. Well, we'll see how he manages it in the top lane. Up against this Cassante matchup. 5-man, level 1 from West Point. They do have a Rel. She can go over the wall. I wonder, is she going to go into that bush? Ooh,
Oh, Rally's been spotted out.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Disaster.
I think they should know now, but maybe they won't.
They might not know
I
that
think...
Char's there, but no one else can follow him.
Yeah, Tide, though. He's in a bit of trouble here, I think.
Yeah, okay. It is going to be CC'd, but again, they can't follow up, so it doesn't really matter. I think Rally are kind of ruining that for the team.
Yeah, I think they had a very good chance of working. It's not often that you think about that, even though it's one of those things that can happen, similar to Rakan. Just how often do they actually go for it? I feel like not that often. Adiox, he's gone for the full early game page, Scorch, Corrupting, Second Wind, and Godtone. Ooh, Rel here is going to group up, I think, and maybe do these camps with 665. Or are they going to try... Okay, this is a very different level 1.
Yeah,
I think it's actually smart by Godtone, though. I don't think
too.
there's any chance that you can defend this top side with the Scion going for the leash. The only problem is, though, 665 is going to be a lot quicker on this. He's level 2 already, and Godtone still has to finish up that buff. He needs to find a way out of here and get back to his red. I think it would be a mistake to start up. I guess the problem is he doesn't know if he's gone to red or not. Does see him now, and I think probably should just cross.
Does he have the Q? I don't think he will.
I think he does.
He doesn't. There's no way he takes Q. That's like, makes your jungle clear so much slower. The fight does come out, and Godtone is trading back quite a lot of damage. In fact, it's not so clear who wins, but it will eventually be 665 who takes it. And I mean, well played by them, but again, yeah, you mentioned it. Godtone sticking around too long, expecting the full clear to come out from that top side, but...
It's tough. I feel like it almost is a miscommunication thing, because I think when that happens, Adiox needs to ward the top river. Oh. I think Adiox needs to ward that top river to find out, is Viego going to the red, or is he coming back to fight? But unfortunately, that ward is never called for, or maybe never thought about. But it never comes to fruition. But 1v1 lane is going well for Adiox. Again, he's got that very strong setup, and LeBlanc with this build, not the best until after at least first base. Only really has auto-attack damage, and you can't really auto-attack up against a Victor, because if you take a Q auto back, you're not winning that.
Oh, okay, fight breaking out bottom. Double stun landed by Char. It is the Ignite committed, but that is the only summoner. Actually, Heal was also used there by Prage, so even in terms of summoners, although Ignite definitely a shorter cooldown than the Heal.
Taco, his CS lead, it's starting to build. He's wasting no time with it. Oh, another hook.
Hook comes out max range. Char gonna have to dash away.
ICA on hook champs is just built different.
I must say, though, there are times when Nautilus looks for those hooks and it just results in his death, even early game.
I am a little scared here for Hellpig's bot lane. They do have to push this wave, and 665 is nearby and very accelerated.
Yeah, Godtone as well might look bot. Actually, he is going to look here for the Scuttle Crab, but it's going to be ICA getting so low. Stunned up there by 665. He's found himself 2 early kills. Will miss the hook. Good dodge out by Tide, but again, it is now this Viego picking up 2 really early kills. Looks so good here for 665. Godtone, though, is looking for this LeBlanc, who absolutely should not go down. Oh, dash forward does come in, and he is going to get knocked aside there by that Vault Breaker, and while they don't find the kill, teleport no longer available on Nuli, is going to mean that Adiox is hugely favored in this isolated 1v1.
Darko, he's getting pretty frisky in the top lane, now level 5. Ralliant might be forced to flash here.
Oh, does this connect? Oh, he does! I think he didn't even expect it to.
No, I think he walked away. Ralliant's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, Taco again, showing his dominance in this top lane.
Godtone, he has to do his best, I think, to just catch up and hit level 6.
Yeah.
He's still got a very solid comp to play around, and a 2-0 Viego can be dealt with all their point and click. And maybe now looking on to mid. Adiox, he's very pushed up. LeBlanc, Viego gank set up. Still pretty solid. Oh, chain lands.
Okay, he does dodge out, but it should be the snare coming in, and this might be just a 3rd kill found for 665. In fact, Nuli will confirm it with his auto attack. So yeah, sticking around too long, found himself a little bit of advantage thanks to Godtone's gank, but doesn't respect the gank potential out of this Viego and LeBlanc as Taco again continuing his trades up in the top lane. Finding a lot of damage for himself. I wonder how many grass procs he's had.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten a few. He's still continuing to keep Rel here in the lane here. He's just building up further and further, and eventually Rel here will have to commit to the recall. Now, Adiogs still managed to get himself the chapter, so we'll have a lot of threat, of course. But Nuli getting a kill is very, very important. It accelerates him towards Shiv much, much faster, which is a huge breakpoint, obviously, for the LeBlanc. Oh!
Okay, Taco, you might not want this. He actually goes all out. He's looking for it, but I don't think that's going to work. I mean, I like the effort. I think he wanted to all out backwards out of tower range, but was not able to find it. In fact, cops a death for his attempt, and it looks like Dragon should be going over to West Point here.
Feels like the early game for West Point now ahead in all 3 lanes and jungle. Maybe top lane is still kind of even just because of the CS. Oh, another big trade comes out mid.
Oh, Chaos
no.
Storm misses.
I mean, at least it will crash the wave, you'd think. Maybe Nuli can freeze it.
I think Adiogs has to recall, is going to.
That's rough, though. I mean, most Victor matchups are like this. They kind of exist on a knife's edge. When you're ahead, you can very hard bully. But if you fall behind, suddenly your opponent feels like they can trade. And wave frozen, Adiogs, no flash. He cannot walk up. He needs
Godtone has to come.
Yeah,
Godtone is going to come. Should find out 665. In fact, definitely will. With Godtone here, is going to look and try and find that Viego in the dark passage. Won't, but importantly, keeps Adiogs alive.
Very important that Godtone was there. So good read. Adiogs knew he was in a lot of trouble. And Mola's wave still might not be the best. Ultimately, as long as he comes out of early game with a decent amount of gold, he'll still be fine in this game.
If I remember correctly, I think Adiogs died early on in Victor last game. So I don't think he's feeling too terrible at this point. But obviously, you don't want to be falling any further behind as Char will go forward. Actually, he's going to force out the cleanse from Tide, but the turnaround damage is massive. Root will not land, though, from that Blade Caller, and Char will get away, losing half of his HP.
Well, all things considered, bot lane is still fairly even. That kill, of course, was picked up by 665 on the bot side. Now, Herald spawning in just 24 more seconds. It looks like 665 will reset to make sure he's up there in time. I wonder if Godtone can get 6 anytime soon. I feel like he should be pretty far behind. He probably won't have it just yet. But with top lane being a little behind, Godtone weak as well, and this Victor needing time to scale, I wouldn't be surprised if Hellpigs just play to give this one.
I think you have to.
Maybe you can trade on the bot side. Look how safe Adiogs has to play. It's very rough, but you do just have to play this far back once you lose that flash.
Okay, Taco.
He's got the Sheen, so he can get pretty aggro.
Yeah, All Out was available too. Doesn't choose to use it though. Maybe saving that as well as knowing the jungler and mid here from West Point are on the top side. It's not worth committing and perhaps losing your life again. Godtone will spot out this Rift Herald, but importantly, there is no trade really that can come through. He is. Oh, that would have been.
Yeah, he thought about it.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a good choice, but I think even if you get the Rift Herald, no one's picking it up.
Another huge trade onto Adiogs, and it feels so bad that you are in this position as Victor. You really want to be the one that's kind of forcing the Blanc onto tower. Yeah, it does have 6. 665 is up here though, and he's going to find him.
Yeah, okay, we'll find out. Godtone shopping. Godtone is in the shop.
He might have
looking for another second, another solo kill.
Oh, ultim.
Vaultbreaker will find it as well as the cease and desist. It's so close.
Oh no.
665 gets it.
Tragic.
Wow, that was about as close as it can get. I thought for a second there Godtone had pulled it off.
That was so close. Very unfortunate. This Viego pulls further and further ahead. Got the Herald, got the kill as well. And West Point, you know, despite all this, they're not up a huge amount of gold. Mainly because I think CS in top does favor Taco. And there's a plate, of course. But still, you have to be very happy with the early game. Especially because you can get even more with the Herald now.
Bot lane CS does favor Tide as well. And mid going pretty well for Adiogs, all things considered. His flash is going to be available when he next returns to lane. So an important cooldown. I'm sure 665 will realize this and probably go mid immediately to try just take it. Can be a bit dangerous though, obviously, with this flash on the Viego missing. As soon as cease and desist is available for this Vi, perhaps an angle.
There's a Shiv now for Nuli, so this is when stuff starts to get difficult. I don't believe the Victor has upgrade yet.
He should, 95
Does he?
CS.
Oh yeah, okay, he does. Okay, good. So he does have it, which is going to keep him safe in this lane. I mean, it's still kind of forced under tower. We'll get a replay of it. And, I wonder if Godtone had just stopped shopping slightly earlier. I mean, might have just kind of made it out, but lost a lot of HP here very early. It was a nice flash. Q puts him in range. The ults?
Shield.
Yeah. I can definitely understand why he went for it. It was so close. Yeah, that's a tilter.
Damn. I think he was saying what I say in my solo queue games when something like that happens to me. I'm like, he's 1 HP! He's up in the top jungle. Oh, fight. Coming out bot. Char uses the Magnet Storm. Does get a lot of health back from it, as well as this depth charge will find Prage and forces out the flash. But 665's here, and that guy is extremely strong. As you see the damage coming out here on Tide. Actually misses the snare, but forces out the cleanse. And yeah, look at the trades. The trades are insane. It's going to be Dragon now given over to West Point again. That's their second Dragon, and I think while the most of their map got the champs they need to carry, I think having Taco on a tank doesn't look so good for this team as he's finding himself an advantage, but what can it do? Look at him wailing it on Relia.
Yeah, it feels like it might just take too much time to get through him. Oh, does force out the ult though. Okay,
interesting. Maybe Relia worried that as soon as, if he gets knocked up by that, we'll just get all outed and probably die. Does make sense. Iceborne Gauntlet now picked up for Taco, as he is still finding himself plate, so he will have himself an advantage despite that tower dive that went awry.
A lot of HP traded back there though. Relia's doing a pretty good job, I think, all things considered, that this was a blind pick Scion. Oftentimes is punished pretty hard. Adiox, he's working on... Oh, he's going Ludens.
Yeah, it makes sense, I think.
Does it? As a Scion?
Yeah, but I guess you're not relying on the Victor to be one killing the Scion in this game.
I think
honestly, I think a lot of games, like this one in particular, if you ignore the Scion and are able to get to the backline with Cassante, Vi, and Nort, it is fine, I think. Because obviously if the Scion's last alive, it's not going to kill anyone.
Yeah, we'll see. I think you kind of need that Leandra's damage to be able to get past the Scion. Maybe they can. We'll see how the fights end up being played out. It does give him more burst to deal with LeBlanc, which is nice.
There is also the opportunity where Taco can just ult the Scion out.
That's true.
And I think, yeah, if Victor can kill this LeBlanc or the Kai'Sa, probably win the team fight anyway, regardless of the Scion. Even the Viego at this stage. I think the Viego might even be the primary target. Taco, continuing to find himself. I'm really interested to see how many grass stacks both of these top laners have, because it's got to be pretty insane.
Yeah, they farm so much damage up there. And grass procs, of course. Looks like this blue will be taken away. West Point, they kind of just have Prio in mid and bot, as well as a very fair jungler, so there isn't much Godtone can do to defend this jungle. Tide is CSing very well for himself, though.
Yeah.
He's actually pretty ahead, all things considered. And
oh, Adiox. Oh, Adiox.
He has flash.
Oh, no way. Okay. It will be the gravity field coming out, and Nuli does go early.
Oh, don't
I think
go that
Adiox
way.
now should know something's going on here.
Yeah. He's pretty safe, I think, as long as he stays under the tower.
Okay, definitely knows now as he finds a pretty big trade onto 665, but Nuli there to try and get some damage back.
This tower's pretty low, so I assume the Herald was dropped here.
Yeah.
And of course the Shiv as well. Can make it hard to keep that tower high on health. Maybe now looking into the top side is Nuli. I guess the lane swap's going to come out. They're going to send bot towards mid. Nuli goes top.
Yeah, but already matched anyway.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now,
both teams, just same timing.
Yeah, I guess they just want to make sure that these lanes do line up. And they're kind of aware that there is going to be a swap for the Herald. I will be interested to see if Helpigs fight for this next drag, because you've got a very good scaling comp. So you could give over the third dragon, maybe, but it always feels risky when they do so, and I kind of hope they don't. We'll see what they end up doing,
it feels so hard to give over the third dragon, because this game is going to go to Sol, I think. It's pretty hard for either team to siege out and win that way. And so it feels like it's going to go to Sol, so giving over third dragon so early almost just puts yourself at the biggest disadvantage, even more so than gold can be. As
Little
this hero
TPs.
will be going over, but it is going to be TP committed. Magnestorm comes out perhaps a little bit too early, but it's Sion. It's Rallier on that Sion, finding a lot of damage. It is also Tide finding what he can back. Is 2 for 2 so far. Godtone trying to escape. It's going to be 665. Reset after reset, and now it's all up to Taco, who admittedly is doing so much damage. That's a shutdown for this Cassante. He looks for Nuli, who flashes away. But again, even on these tanks, it's Taco. It's Taco who's looking to do it for his team. Adiog's remaining alive too. But man, this Cassante, the mobility, it's unreal.
It was. I think both Adiogs and Taco did a lot of work in that fight. Would love to see a damage graph. West Point, though, they're the ones who did get the Herald. Importantly, it was the shutdown picked up by Victor, and Charlie Engage, I think, is kind of fumbled. Adiogs is a lot stronger at this point than the Zaya. So even though Tide goes down, Adiogs still full HP, and look at Taco with this flank. He comes in and just absolutely cleans house. Meanwhile, again, Adiogs just free hitting the whole time. And this shutdown, really nice dodge by Adiogs on the Viego W. And getting that shutdown was so much gold, so crucial as well. Even fished for more at the end there to Taco. Didn't quite find it, but that's such a huge spike now for Victor. And I think with that, they probably will want to play for this Dragon.
Yeah, 12 seconds. Victor, no flash. Very important cooldown. As well as you really do want to wait for all your ults to be back up. Obviously, Victor does have Chaos Storm, but no Feather Storm. Also, no Cease and Desist can be really meaningful. And priority over the jungle as well as the river here will be for West Point. And 665 will find a bit of CC here into the Nautilus. Trade not too detrimental though for the side of Hellpigs as Taco
They just lost top
forward.
tower though.
Yeah, it is Nuli finding a lot for himself up there. He does have teleport available. Although Taco is fine with just standing in everyone's face and beating down on them. Nuli starting to work now on that inner tower top as Hellpigs turn their attention towards this dragon.
Yeah,
if they want to get
it so much.
Yeah, Nuli getting a lot of gold up there as well as damage, so they are going to have to take this quickly. I think Nuli will be going to teleport in, but it's minions dying up top, and it's a half-health dragon. 665 on the back as Magnestorm comes through and finds 3. It's going to be 2 pretty much immediately removed. Godtone, though, staying along for a bit longer than you'd expect as Adiogs finds himself 1. He's running as 665 is going to jump back with that Heartbreaker, and it is going to be eventually the decimating smash there that lands onto Adiogs, takes him down. It's going to be a 4-4-1 as well as the 3rd dragon now for West Point.
It feels like with that, maybe Hellpig's chances in this game are gone. I think Hellpigs just took way too long to do something there. Not only does Nuli manage to split push an entire tower, he almost gets another one, and then West Point have so much time to set up all the flank positions they want. You can see here, they're getting flanked on every side. And it's so hard for the carries of Hellpigs to play in this fight. Adiogs, he wasn't in the engage to manage to survive, but you basically gifted the best possible setup for West Point, which they shouldn't be getting because Nuli's not even there.
Yeah. And I think importantly too, Tide didn't have his Featherstorm during the fight, and it came up during his death timer. So if Featherstorm was available, perhaps dodge out of that magnet field and find yourself a lot more damage coming from that AD carry, but wasn't to be. It is now 3 dragons for West Point. They're up a substantial amount of gold here at 6k, and yeah, it does look like we are going to actually, after this, first round robin, at least for now, it seems like it might be a 3-way tie for that last spot.
That would be pretty crazy. 4 minutes on the 4th dragon. Hellpigs, they don't have long to scale up at this point. They might be able to get Navori on Tide, I think, which would be pretty crucial. In the meantime, though, Nuli is just absolutely farming up a storm. The Shiv, it enables that so well. Godtone, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Godtone might be caught out here. Vault Breaker is going to be used as Adiogs does appear. Should be able to save his jungler, although maybe not as Nuli comes in. A nice Vault Breaker there again to get him out as Ion does go unstoppable, but unfortunately will not find anything. In fact, it's Tide trying to find damage here. Not a whole lot to speak of, though, at this stage of the game. And now, in a tower top, will be looked at. Most likely taken here. And a lot of gold injected once again onto this Viego as well as the LeBlanc.
Does feel like this maybe is just too far behind to fall. Tide
will have to use a cleanse and the ult here. So big cooldown's used as he's still in the middle of 5, but flashes away. And that is the Heartbreaker used as well as the decimating smash. But Char, he's under tower, so is everyone. Godtone should be able to find themselves as Kaiser, as Adiogs and Taco, possibly the saviors of the team. They should find Char. That's one kill going over to Taco, and another kill on Rally. He does go down into that zombie form, and it will be a 4 kills for 1 team fight found there for Hellpigs. Baron is alive. It should be theirs.
They're going to try, but LeBlanc is very, very good at stopping this, especially with this build. She's very mobile, has a lot of poke. If she mispositions, though...
Does misposition, is going to cap a lot of damage, and I think with that... Oh, actually comes back, doesn't have a dash available. Adiox dodges the chain and is IC8 here.
They have to leave.
Protecting his mid. Oh, does land the root, does land the hook, max range! He comes back to find Adiox, will not at 700 gold on the Victor.
Wow, that was so well played by Nuli, and then so well played by IC8 as well. But man, they didn't get the Baron, but another shutdown onto Victor. They're getting the items they need.
8 stacks on the Dark Seal.
He's got a Shadow Flame now as well, and I think Tide should be able to get this second item in time. And West Point, they have everything they need. You just need to wait for Drag. But they go for a little bit more. They go so deep, and it's a double TP flank that comes out of the Hellpigs mid and top here, and Prage especially, once he's under this tower, just taken out immediately. Baron being started by West Point.
Okay, yeah, it's known. They're going to leave it. But
okay, they are going to leave it, but you can see here that TP flank it meant a lot, and Victor getting these shutdowns is so crucial to return alive. And I want to see if Tide gets his Navori in time for this 4th drag, because it all comes down to that. I think if 4th drag goes over to West Point, it's pretty done at this point. But Hellpigs are very strong, especially Adiogs and Taco.
Yeah, very unkillable. Although it is pretty much only armor coming out of Taco. And so both Kaiser and LeBlanc should be able to deal fairly handily with that Cassante. I think he really should have got some magic resist by now, but I mean, I can't argue with him. He has been a very consistent top laner.
He has. Ooh, Tide. It's kind of chunked. He must be pretty close to Navori.
Yeah, big wave here in mid. They don't have vision on this Baron as Nuli. It is started. Godtone coming through, though. He has to be careful. You really need just Cassante to be the one going first. Here's the tanky member as Rally now stepping out too. It's Taco. He's going to find a lot of members here. He should know what's happening. He's trying to look. It will be this Baron going down. Prage really can't fight after this, though, with how low he is on both mana and health. But for now, damage turned around onto Taco as Rally does get stunned up by the gravitational field. It will just be the Baron going over for free.
That's a really big problem, because now Nuli, he can go split push to the side. And Hellpigs, even if they can contest the drag, West Point can just give it and have Nuli just end the game. And they probably don't even need to give it. With how ahead they are, they can just keep pushing these lanes. And I feel like with that, that's almost a 4th dragon guaranteed to go. Hellpigs, I think you might need to try and fight early before this gets set up.
Page still pretty low on mana, does have the blue buff, but if you are able to find a fight soon, it might be good, as Godtone will be looking.
Yeah, they have to force.
Yeah, IC8 and Taco's done up on the side, but those aren't the targets you want as Rally are getting bursted to the side. It is 665 having to use that ult to get out, but a massive Magnet Storm finds 3. It is going to find 3 kills immediately afterwards as Taco trying to do what he can. He takes down the 80 carry in a 3-man knockup, but it's ultimately going to be a 4 kill to 1 exchange. It is the 80 carry going down, and the minion wave is bottom. Godtone clearing up mid for some unforsaken reason. But with the Baron buff and 4 champions left, they might just have the damage to do it, or maybe perhaps not quite.
I think they have. They have a lot of wave clear, and they have a Shiv LeBlanc as well.
10 seconds on,
yeah,
I don't think
looks
so.
like they're going to back away. Don't want to risk it at all. Can just pick up that 4th drag and know they guarantee the game. I think they could have pushed. I mean, there's still not people up. They didn't have a lot of creeps, though. Yeah, ultimately, don't want to risk it. Know that if they just get this drag...
Okay, there's going to be another fight, though. There is going to be one more fight. There's no flash on this Rel, as well as Magnet Storm down for now. But Feather Storm also down.
Navori is completed. Godtone, I don't think you should be here.
No, this seems a bit... This... Oh, you are not... Yeah, you're not living. Okay. He could have just stayed in that bush and no one would have seen him as well. But that's going to be Godtone going down, which means Dragon Soul is just a formality at this point for West Point.
Yeah, Dragon Soul, and still a minute left on Baron. I think you can definitely get another inhib with this if you want. Abyssal Mask on Viego. I don't think we've seen that yet, but I think it's actually a really good item here, especially with his 2 AP carries on his team. Oof.
Damn.
Now, yeah, the 3 items on the LeBlanc is really the point where it becomes so hard to deal with. And no lifesteal, of course, picked up just yet. And Nuli's looked like one of the best at using this build.
Yeah, has looked really good. Now, Baron, one more minion wave in it, but it looks like they're more focused on taking out these jungle creeps. So should be able to take down these minions, and there is no more Baron, but importantly, the Ocean Soul makes this game so much harder for Hellpigs.
Yeah, I wonder if they just send Nuli to bot. Okay, Nuli TP's top. He's got a Lich Bane, so this tower doesn't last long.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
it should be
5
fine
seconds.
for Victor to be able to take all these out, as this Baron wave will go down now.
Yeah, okay, so that will probably be it. Ended up not getting an end here, but they still have a lot of pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep sieging, because there is nothing else really to do. But there is a lot of wave clear between the Xayah and the Victor. Probably need to send... I would honestly send Nuli bot and just have him pressure the Nexus at this point, because he's so hard to catch. Maybe they need him to hit top tower, though. We'll see.
See there, Taco taking a non-trivial amount of damage there from this LeBlanc auto attacks.
Well, the towers will remain for now. And so instead, we're probably looking towards the Baron in 2 more minutes, and then the Elder behind that. Admittedly, it does give Hellpigs time to hit their spikes. Maybe if we can get... I'm not sure we'll be able to get a Rabadons on the Victor. I think it's too much gold.
Oh, what's he building? He just built an amp tome.
Oh. Maybe just bought an amp tome for more power now.
Yeah.
I guess he also could just be going a Void.
Now this is a battle.
Yeah.
All Out does come through. He manages to get that unstoppable force.
Wow, Taco almost got him.
Yeah, that was so much damage.
That was insane. That guy's 4,200 health.
And
he didn't really
an
lose a
Ocean
bit of
Soul.
it. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I guess they do want to keep sieging. They are pushing in waves. Nuli has to be the one that hit towers. I think he's the only one really safe enough. And he does have a Lich Bane, so even if he just chunks it a couple autos each time, it will go down eventually. Oh, now might get a lot of DPS on mid. Prage, you get a few autos on it. Oh, Hook does go wide.
Yeah. Void Seeker misses as well, though. As you're seeing, just the amount of damage that can come through from these members of West Point. Adiogs responding to this bot wave.
Yeah, I really like Nuli going bot. I think he should stay down here.
Tide!
Oh, he's
Doesn't
gone.
react.
That's a lot of the wave clear gone. And I think with that, maybe you can just crack the base open.
Yeah, that feels terrible. That is another minion wave dealt with, at least in the bot lane, but because you've lost your AD carry, you cannot fight, and it is just going to be West Point claiming themselves at least this inhib for now. And with the minion wave coming in top, most likely will be a third for them as well. 20 seconds left on Tide. Adiogs, I think you have to go top wave and try and deny this tower from going down, but...
It is really hard. It's so hard to walk up.
Yeah, ICA going to cop some more damage as the teleport will be committed. This is the tower going down. Tide up in 6 seconds. If you're going to make a stand, feels like it might have to be very shortly, because with so many minions coming in your base after this triple inhib, although bot lane inhib will spawn after 1 wave of minions, so I guess that is a light saving grace.
Yeah,
But
it feels like it's going to be gone pretty soon after this is picked up.
Baron should be picked up here for West Point.
Yeah, I'd almost like if Nuli just starts pressuring bot already. Doesn't need his DPS for the Baron. Can just go towards that bot inhib and keep threatening it with W autos. Yeah, even this is good. Does need to be careful, of course, but if he plays it well, isn't really in danger of getting caught other than maybe a flash vial at this point. I think even a Nord ult probably wouldn't do it. No, he's going to TP, I'd assume, 30 seconds on it. See what he buys. He's got a full Void staff. And Adiogs, he bought an Oblivion Orb. I think that's kind of troll. Especially because if he didn't have that, he would be 300 gold away from his Rabadons.
I guess just respecting the Dragon Soul. We'll have to see if it matters.
It's tough. I mean, you do sort of need healing covers, Ocean, but it feels like someone else almost needs to buy it. There is MR now on Taco, but with a Void Staff already completed for Nuli, will it actually matter? And there's some big waves here. Nuli's getting towards that bot lane.
Yeah, I think you pretty much have to fight soon, and Goldtone, realizing that, does go forward. It is going to find an engage onto Char, goes golden, and is not going to be hit by that decimating smash as Taco looking for something in the backline, but it's just this Rallier, this Scion, does not take any damage. Unstoppable he goes, Featherstorm used, and it's going to be Prage coming in, finding an immediate kill here on Godtone, and a massive Magnet Storm will confirm the game for the side of West Point, although Taco will find another kill here onto Prage. It's ultimately going to be 665 as the Zaya finding all the kills required. Triple kill there will be found for 665. The game is done. And what a well-played game there by West Point. It means we do now